Hello, my name is Michael Swinford. I'm the host and producer of the Veteran Voice. This is a program that's designed to help veterans, to inform veterans, and veterans' family. We have some very special guests with us today, and we're going to start off by talking about acronyms. So we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to this edition of the Veterans Voice. As I discussed in the opening, we'll be talking a little bit about an acronym. Being in the military, I've run across acronyms all my life. Sometimes that's all you can hear. You never hear the completed words. But it was not long ago that I ran across a new one that I had never heard before. And I did a research and found out that DAR is a new one on me. So I've had to bring in some experts to explain what DAR is. So ladies, would you please identify yourself, please?
I'm Cheryl Bendick. I'm the regent for the Paducah chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution.
And I'm Cindy Bird, and I'm a member of the chapter of the Paducah chapter.
Okay, let's get the elephant out of the room. What is DAR?
The DAR was started in 1890. We just finished our 125th anniversary, and we are a society that is dedicated to historic preservation, patriotism, and education.
Sounds like our kind of people. We like those words, patriotism and good things. I've noticed you've kind of gotten some publicity here lately. It's kind of added to my wanting to know more about you. What are some of the things that you do?
On the local level, we work with veterans. We have a number of programs that we sponsor. Recently, we had done one of the programs with Vietnam veterans in welcoming. It was a welcome home, and we also work with nursing home veterans. We work with Project Patriot, and that one includes our war dogs. We send packages to the handlers, to our troops. Every year we have adopted a troop that has come from one of the MASH units that were sent out of Paducah locally. And we also have a hospital over in Landstuhl, Germany, where if our troops, when they're injured, they're sent to Landstuhl. And we have what they call the closet, where we send items over for when they're brought in off the field, they have nothing, just the clothes that are on their back. And so the DAR can send items over there with their toothbrush, all hygienic items, house coats, slippers, items that they would need like that to just fill the closet. And we do the Veterans Day Parade every single year. The Veterans Day Essay Program we sponsor along with the city of Paducah.
Now the parade, I now remember seeing you in a parade, but to be very honest, it didn't register. I was doing the color or something on it, and you all went by, and I turned to whoever I was with and I said, exactly who are those? And they didn't tell me either. In my opinion, you're not real visible. Would it be safe to assume that you're not like some of the big organizations that get out there and they have 500 members? Are you a smaller contingent?
Oh no, we're a very large organization. We have over 170,000 members. We have over 3,000 chapters.
Wow.
We're worldwide, and we have a national organization, state. We have 80-something chapters in Kentucky alone, and we've had over 900,000 members from our beginning. So we're around, we just don't seek publicity. We're busy doing things mostly behind the scenes.
But would it be safe to say that civilians helping the military, would that be a good way to?
We do as much as we can, yes,
Yeah.
to help.
So this started back in the 1800s.
1890.
Aren't you all getting a little tired?
Oh no, we refresh ourselves.
Oh, I see.
New membership all along the way.
What would it take to be a member?
You have to prove that you have some ancestor who did something to help the cause of the revolution. They did not have to be a soldier, but they could have given clothing or helped in some way to help the patriots establish our revolution, our country.
Well, actually, I'm from Swinford, Ireland, so I'm sure my Irish forefathers did a lot of fighting. I don't know which side they were on, but I'm sure they had their own setup where they helped each other.
Yes.
But being a patriot itself today is very important because we see bits of our Constitution withering away.
Yes,
And we see the very ideas that this country was based on and formed on, that people are out there wanting to degrade that and make it like it was nothing. And is not part of your job making sure that the Constitution stays strong?
We try to inform. Our objects are historical, historical, educational, and patriotic. So we do try to inform people. We have a Constitution Week program. Usually, we have a display at the library to try to inform people about the Constitution, and we're available to help people. We give out Constitution booklets, various things.
Well, that sounds like a good program. I'll have to look more into that. Are you in sync with the Constitution?
We do our best, yes.
You know, I mean, if a person had a question about the Constitution, which there are a lot of young people today wanting to know, and some of them are wanting to know for a bad reason, that they want to, sort of like an atheist, they want to tear it down as opposed to building it up. Do you have a organization meeting? Do you have a place to meet, or?
We meet monthly, usually, except in July and August and September. We don't have what we would call a regular meeting. Mm-hmm. We would have a planning meeting, during the summer. But we meet every month, October through June, and we just finished we have Flag Day luncheons and we have President's Day. We celebrate those special days as a luncheon. And that way we can bring in people from the community, such as we have the junior ROTC programs that are at Paducah Tillman High School. We also have a junior ROTC program that is at the Graves County High School. And we have a Civil Air Patrol unit here in Paducah. And they work with the youth. And we like to be in programs where the youth are recognized, and as part of the national defense of our country, these young people are being trained to possibly maybe look at a career in the military services, but we always make sure that we include them when we have one of our luncheons, because they can come in, and we have people that come in from the public, and they can talk about the programs that they have and what they do in recognizing a readiness to, for the defense of our country. And so we always, we talk about the flag at those luncheons, and we talk about the Constitution. We give Constitution booklets out for them.
That sounds real interesting. I really wasn't aware of all the things you do. I'm very proud of you for taking part in something like this. What propelled you to get involved in something like this? I mean, did you trace your ancestors back, or how did you come about being interested in DAR?
For myself, I was always interested in our country, And I learned that as a young child from my father, who was a World War II veteran. He was an ex-POW, and he had been held in a camp, Stalag 2B. And during his lifetime, he never spoke about what happened to him. Not until it was later in life, close to his time of death, when he really didn't know what he was saying, that we honestly heard what had happened to him when he was in the camp. But as a child, my neighbor across the street was the commander of the American Legion. And my father would get us out, you know, Tony across the street is coming down the street. He's on the fire truck, and he's, you know, they had the flags waving, and everybody would come out of their homes, and we would clap and we would salute the flag. And so at an early age, I learned to respect the flag and respect my country. And I so honor my father. You know, when I think about, you know, the DAR, I wanted to do something to honor him too. And I think that, you know, with my ancestry, I can do that for him, and to work, you know, with the veterans groups and do, you know, the things that we can do for them.
What has caused the difference in America now? America doesn't seem to be as patriotic. They're there, but they're not a massive presence like in the parades and all. Why has the flag become a focal point of hate and distrust? And is it just a social upheaval that's caused that, or is it just people don't care, or are they not being educated properly? Or
Well, part of it is probably education. We have so much diversity instead of the basics. I don't know, but that's a very hard question to answer.
I do ask some hard ones sometimes,
Yes,
because I
that
want
is.
to know. I've walked down there, been in a parade down here, and I see the little kids, 2, 3, 4 years old, and they all got their little flags, and I think to myself, those are patriots of tomorrow.
Mhm.
And if you can keep that going, then you've got something that we evolve, and adults will not always be there, of course, and we need to pass along to the younger people the idea of what patriotism is. A lot of people don't know what it's like to be a patriot.
Yeah.
And there's also some misinformation about patriots, that there's some militant unit out in Wyoming somewhere that call themselves patriots. I think anytime you go against your own country or own people, that doesn't make you a patriot. It just makes you a troublemaker, more or less. But do you know Mr. Art Davis down at Tillman? He's a principal down there.
I haven't, oh yes, I do know Mr. Art Davis, yes.
Well, he's a Vietnam veteran. He doesn't know that, and I'm not supposed to tell anybody, but so next time you see him, tell him, you know, he was in Vietnam.
Okay.
But Art and I go back 40 years, I guess, and he's a real good guy. And he's a patriot too. He might not acknowledge that, but he definitely is. What is your idea of a patriot? What if you were to draw a picture of a patriot, what would he look like?
I would think that he would be a person that set aside his personal well-being, you know, for the good of the country, and that he would honor our flag no matter what. If you were called to duty, you would go, and you would stand and actually stand up for whatever is right, and don't be afraid to speak up, you know, because we have so many people that are really opinionated, and you know, and if they're talking bad about our country or even demeaning our flag, I think that you should speak up, and that goes for other people. You know, we should all be aware of each other, and we should all be supportive of one another.
What do you think? I hear a lot of times that, yeah, we have the right to burn a flag. Do we have the right to burn a flag?
There is a proper way to do that, and it is for retiring. It is not just for violence and hate, but there is a proper way.
Yeah, I've seen some literature that how it goes through the flag burning ritual. But I see a lot of people out in the world today is they're using it as a form of protest. Well, they don't realize it, but 100 years ago it was used as a form of protest also. To even today, if you're on, say, a battlefield or a ship, and you're protesting whatever that it is, you need to protest, you can turn the flag upside down, and that's indicated that there'll be a great danger, or the soldiers are in grave danger, or whatever. So it can be used. I ask you a real hard question. Is there any flag that we have that can fly above the American flag?
Not that I'm aware
Can I
of.
take a shot at it?
Don't know.
It's a Christian flag.
It can fly?
When
Oh,
Sunday
okay.
morning services they have, they
Okay.
fly the Christian pennant. It's more of a pennant than a flag, but it can fly over the United States
Well,
flag.
that's good
So
to know.
you can win a lot of money around just making a bet on that.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to
Okay.
share, of course, that'd be all right.
That's good to know.
So
And
there
this-
is sacrifice for the patriot. As you mentioned a while ago, you may be asked to do something, and would you lay down your life for a flag? Would you die to keep that flag flying?
I would.
Would you really?
It's a hard question. Never been asked it before.
Probably never will be again.
Possibly not. We don't know. Things may change.
I think it's an age thing. When you're a young person, you say you would do a lot of things. As you grow older, life becomes shorter, and you begin to wonder and question sometimes, is that flag worth dying for? And I think it depends on the individual, how they feel about it. But you would be surprised how many people would not. They say, well, we love our flag and we fly our flag and we honor the military. But when it comes right down to doing it, there's some hesitation that, yeah, I love it, but is it worth dying for?
It's the ideas that it stands for.
Right.
Not just the symbol, but the symbol stands for, for things that we must be willing to protect.
I think just the idea of be willing to protect it is good enough. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll take a rifle and go down on your street, start blowing away people. It doesn't mean that. But you see a lot of World War II and Civil War movies where they drop the flag and it barely hits the ground before some other pair of hands grab it and carry it on, because it is our symbol, and it's a symbol of our freedom. And our freedom is probably in jeopardy more so today than ever before.
Yes.
And how do we protect our heritage?
Education is one of the things.
What?
Education is one of the things. We must educate the students, the children, the history and what they have, what has been given to them. They must know what it cost, and their history must be taught so that they know what they have.
Now, there's so much uproar about the flag and all today. Can you legally recite, the wording of the Star Spangled Banner or I pledge allegiance? Can you do those in schools anymore?
I do not know that they do, but I'm sure it is legal. It's
Yeah.
just they do not do so.
I know that they do the Pledge of Allegiance because I have a grandchild who is in school. And when he was in elementary school, I had even gone in and done a program for them and had given everybody the Pledge of Allegiance bookmarks and presented all the students with a flag. And they were very interested, in the history. And, it was a very good program, and there was no problem whatsoever going into the school to do that. Yeah. And one of the reasons, during the Veterans Day Parade, before that, there is an essay program for all of the students, not just in McCracken County, but it's offered for anyone, any student in grades kindergarten through 12 to enter the Veterans Day essay contest. And it's been a wonderful program because, the veterans will usually come up with a theme that they would like for the parade. And then off of that theme, we come up with the categories for kindergarten through second and grade 3 through 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12. We give them a theme that they need to write about, depending upon what the parade theme is. And it teaches the children, you know, they may have to go and look up some information, but to write about what they feel, and it's about our veterans and what they sacrificed, and you know what it is that they did, and sometimes, you know, they write about what they would like to do to honor our veterans. So it's been a very good program in teaching them, you know, freedom was not free, and somebody did pay a price for it.
And they continue to do so, actually. Freedom is never going to be free.
No.
And there'll always be somebody grabbing at it, trying to destroy it or tear it up. Or,
Correct.
you know, I mean, it's a constant renewal of your patriotism to protect that flag and to go forward with it. I noticed you had some items here. Is there anything you'd like to explain what you have?
Yes, well, one of the items that we have here is the Welcome Home wreath. We bring this out, and this is to honor our Vietnam veterans. We wish to welcome them home. When they came home the first time, they didn't get a very good welcome at all, or no welcome at all. And so when we have events, we will bring this wreath out, invite our Vietnam veterans. The Paducah chapter became a partner through the Department of Defense, the Vietnam War commemoration. This is the 50th anniversary. And they have a flag that they had sent to us also that we bring out and we bring to the events. And it looks just like this right here. And what it says is that the United States of America, and it's the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War, a grateful nation thanks and honors you. So we honor every one of our Vietnam veterans. And this is a 3-year program that we have these items. Some of these are stickers. We have some of the pins. And we give them out in little gift bags when we have events for the Vietnam veterans. And any Vietnam veteran or the family member of a Vietnam veteran can take one of these home. And what it is that the government and the people and the partners are trying to welcome home and thank every single veteran or family member that served during 1955 to 1975. To tell them that we thank them for their valor, their service, and their sacrifice, and that a grateful nation does thank and honor them. One of the other things that we have that will be given out it has to be in a public ceremony, is that we have the official Vietnam lapel pin for all of our veterans. And we will be giving those out at another event that will be coming up.
So will this be something that will be in the paper ahead of time?
It will. And
I'm sure a lot of my friends would love to have that, but they're not aware of it necessarily.
Correct. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to bring that up today, that I do have a number of people to contact in the different veterans groups to let them know. You know, we will put something in the newspaper and probably something on a website about it, and I hope that we can get the information out that we will be doing this, so that we can have a lot of our veterans come in, and we will do it with a public reception.
Well, let
to
me
be
know
determined.
when you get ready to do this.
I will.
Because I've got about 7,000 Vietnam veterans I could contact.
Okay.
And that's been one of my projects, is to inform them that things are changing, they're getting better. We've got to work with brotherhood and spirit so that we're pulling together, because we're advancing at an early death, if you will, because our death rates are extremely high. And if we can pull together for a common cause, then it'll save some lives and give them a sense of pride. And so that I will help you in that regard. You remind me, and I don't forget it.
Okay, yeah, we can always use help with that.
That's for sure. Is there anything else that we've missed today that you'd like to talk about? Is there anything that
We're not just involved with veterans, we're involved with other activities within the community. We help, we give programs to school children, we give items to schools' children, we work with the sheriff's department to give them items for the little kids that are in crisis. So we're involved in quite a few ways in the community other than just working with veterans.
when I see y'all coming down the street on Memorial Day and Veterans Day, I'll be looking at you in a different light, because before I've looked at you, but it's kind of a glance and next kind of in line. But I would like to commend you for what you do. And there are other groups, I'm sure, that do similar things. And if everybody will do their job and their little part together, it's going to make a difference. And isn't that really what it's all about, is to make a difference in this world?
Yes,
Yes, it is.
And
It is.
I
Our little
appreciate you
part.
doing your part.
And you have made a tremendous difference,
No,
a very tremendous difference. Yes, you have.
well,
We thank and honor you, Mr. Swinford,
well,
for all you have done.
I made it home. Some of my friends didn't make it home.
Mhm.
I would like to think that had I not made it home, they would have stood beside my grave, or however it would work out, and do it for me.
Mhm.
And God has given me a task to protect my brothers,
Mhm.
and it's an honorable task. It's painful at times,
Mhm.
but it's necessary. And like I said, if we all work together and do our little bit, then overall we'll succeed, and it'll be worth something. And if we don't train the children, then we're going to lose it. Anything's just like a flower. If you don't water it every now and then, it'll die.
Yes.
And the flag of freedom and the flower pot of freedom has to be fertilized, and it has to be watered and other things. So I want to thank you all for coming in today. It's been real interesting. I think we've all learned a lot.
Mhm.
And again, you're being commended for your good works. And I think a lot of people in the past they wasn't really sure what you all do. They knew you done something good, but they wasn't sure what it was. So this Veterans Day parade, they'll have a little bit more knowledge about what's going on.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
we
very
thank
much.
you
for
very
having us.
much, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Well, can we do one more thing before we go
Sure.
today? We would like you to be the first recipient of the Vietnam Veteran lapel pin.
Well, thank you. That's such an honor. Takes me a little while to get up.
Can I pin you with it?
Sure.
Okay. And we do thank and honor you.
Well, I'm glad I do my little part.
You did a big part. You sacrificed your life for all of us. You did make it home, and we're grateful for that. You have been a good steward, and,
Well, I've tried to be.
and a wonderful patriot. And we thank you for your service.
Well, you're quite welcome. I have actually sent you some things about patriotism and what it meant to us over there.
Yes.
And it's true, when we came home, we didn't have a welcome home or any of that.
Mhm.
And we can't change that. It's over, it's done with. But by working together and with organizations like yours, we can make it something for the future. We have something we can build on now. And with information and that you put out and the young people coming up, maybe it'll change the world. Sometimes it takes just a step somewhere to change the world. And I think you all might be able to do that. So once again, the Daughters of the American Revolution, we welcome you and thank you for coming.
And thank
Thank you.